Date? Hey, ich feiere deinen Style.
Danke, ich feiere deinen auch.
Echt jetzt? Oh, okay, nice. Echt jetzt? Ja. Aber erstes Date oder was?
Dein zweites.
Du bist voll hübsch, wollte ich sagen. Ja.
Wie heißt du?
Leo. Hey, was geht mit Leo?
Hi.
Echt jetzt? Si.
Sie, dime?
Mi no hablo. Ah?
¿De video?
Ja. Hey, was geht? Weißt du auf Glockenspiel? Was bin ich?
Sorry, follow you.
Yes, great. New follower. Nicht Spaß. Ciao. Hey, what's up? This is the full guide to your first cold approach. Let me first tell you a story and let me know if you can relate to this, okay? So you're out there, you're feeling good, and you see a pretty girl, and you're thinking, oh damn, I want to approach her. But before you do that, you just stop and think about it for a second, and just think, okay, what could I say? And then not that one. So you keep looking over, She notices you're looking over, you're still thinking, what am I gonna say? And then not that one, that makes me look weird. Not that one, that's way too upfront. So you keep looking over. Eventually, after 10 minutes of thinking, you look over and you see, oh, okay, she just left. And you think like, fuck, now she left. Now I can speak to her. Man, next time, you know what? I'm just gonna say, fuck it. I'm gonna go up right away, speak to her right away. Yeah, that's the way I'm gonna do it. And then the next time rolls around and you're just there and you're, okay, let's think about this first. Is this you? Because if yes, if you are the fucking overthinker and stuff like that, then you're at the right video. Today I'm going to teach you how you can escape this loop of always wanting to speak to the girl but never end up actually doing it. I'm going to tell you about the one habit that you keep doing that makes you super fucking unattractive. And then I'm going to go in detail how to grab her attention, what to say as the first thing, what to say to actually get a number and stuff like that. Let's get into it. So let's first talk about the one habit that makes you very unattractive. Let me tell you a story for this. So I was in city center, just walking around, doing my stuff. I had to buy a couple of things. So I was just walking around and I saw this guy, he locked eyes with me, you know. And I wouldn't have made a remark about this if it didn't happen after a couple of seconds of walking. He locked eyes with me again, you know. I was thinking like, okay, wait, who is this guy? What does he want? Something's up with this guy. Maybe I know him, do I know him? I don't know. So I kept walking. Then when I came a little bit closer to him, he turned around away from me. So now his back was facing me and I was thinking, okay, well, I guess it just was a fucking coincidence. So I wanted to pass him. And then when I was next to him, he fucking started turning around, told me like, hey, nice sunglasses, you know? And I was just like, oh fuck, who is he? What does he want? What's wrong with this guy? Like, he's weird. So he told me nice sunglasses and then he asked me, what do you work? And I was like, yeah, I'm an influencer, you know, just like blah, 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 blah. And then he fucking started unloading all his fucking bullshit. He was collecting money for a charity, you know. I was just like, oh, God damn, man, what the fuck? Leave me the fuck alone. So I went away. And while I was going away, I just felt like, man, I knew something was wrong with this guy from the first time he locked eyes with me, you know. I just kind of fucking felt this dark aura around him that gave him this insincere energy that just repelled me from him. I felt during the interaction that this guy didn't actually tell me that I have nice sunglasses because I have nice sunglasses, but because he was trying to run his stupid fucking scheme on me. I could just feel that this guy was not genuinely saying what was on his mind, but was just trying to recruit me for this program. And now, if I as a man can feel when somebody is insincere with their words, guess how women feel when you fucking keep looking over. Bro, they know you want to speak to them and they're just thinking, man, what is this bitch doing over there? I know he wants to speak to me. Why is he so, why does he have 0 balls, bro? Who's this pussy? Women can feel your nervousness. Women can feel that you're a pussy. Women can feel when you think way too much about the interaction and when you have this bad aura. So now that you know what this bad aura is and what it does to people you talk to, let's see how you can avoid it, because there's 2 ways you gain this bad aura. The first way is by planning interactions, so pretty much exactly what the recruiter did to me. He wasn't just saying what was on his mind at the moment, he had this exact game plan in his head, you know? Number 1, establish eye contact. Number 2, smile. Number 3, ask him a small talk question. Hey, what do you work? Number 4, unload your fucking bullshit. This guy was surrounded by bad aura because he was just running the script. So this is the first way. The second way you gain bad aura is by being self-aware. And I want you to think about the last party you were at. I want you to think about this one guy that was just standing in the corner, you know, drink in one hand, other hand in the pocket. He was just like there. And you could just see, oh man, he's so fucking uncomfortable right now. Oh man, I know exactly what he's thinking. You could just see that this guy was thinking, oh damn, I don't fucking belong here. What the fuck am I even doing here? Everybody can tell that I don't belong here, man. I should go home right now. This guy with the terrible aura around him that was just so fucking unattractive, and you just knew, this guy, man, like, ooh, like, no, don't be here. You have seen that guy before, right? You know exactly who I mean. And if not, I think this video explains it pretty nicely. Now think about the same party, but this time think about like a Chad, you know, a tall, attractive guy, and he's just dancing, you know, he's just dancing to the music, and it looks a little bit goofy. But nobody's thinking, wait, what the fuck is this punk doing? Like, nobody's thinking, why is he here? He looks super fucking... He doesn't have this bad aura, you know? Because he's just doing whatever the fuck is on his mind. And you can see how, like, the guy who's just having fun, you know, dancing, being chirpy, being cheerful with the people. You know, all the girls would look at him and think like, oh damn, he's so hot, you know. You can imagine that, right? Why is the guy standing on the sidelines with drink in hand thinking about how to start a conversation? Why is he stinky? And the guy who's not thinking about how to start the conversation, why is he just having fun, being attractive? The Chad is attractive because he's just in touch with himself. You know, he's not trying to play a fucking role. He just goes with the flow. He does whatever the fuck is on his mind. And it turns out that makes him super authentic. And it turns out authenticity is what attracts people. So let's translate good and bad aura into cold approach. The less you think about, okay, how am I going to approach this girl, what I'm going to say, and blah, 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 the less you think about that, the more attractive your aura is going to be. I want you to think about your aura kind of like you would think about a glass of water, okay? So in the beginning, when you didn't have any fucking weird thoughts on how to ask her out, the glass of water was super clear, you know, like nice water you would love to drink. But now, with every thought you have on how to approach her, there's like a little drop of milk falling into the water, you know. How am I going to approach her? Drip. Should I say this or that? Drip. Should I do this or should I wave at her first? Lip. Drip. And the more you think, the more drops are landing inside of your glass of water, and the more like milky, the less tasty your water is going to be. Does that make sense to you? And then even if you had lots of thoughts and then you went up to her, she would see that glass of milk, she would kind of feel that aura you have, and she'd be thinking like, no, I don't want that. I don't want that glass. It's like fucking tarnish. No, go away. Let me tell you another relevant story on this one. So in that story, there was a woman who had stink with me. So I didn't have stink with the woman, but she had stink with me. So I was dancing in public, you know, that's just something I do for my other YouTube channels. And I saw like a woman, she was passing me, she kind of had the vibes, you know. She was like, yeah, like rocking her head a little bit, everything like, yeah, great vibes. So then she left, and then a couple minutes later, she came back around, but she didn't go like right up to me, no. She stood 20 meters away from me, and then she looked over, and from the moment on, she looked over, I knew, okay, she wants to talk to me, but like, she's like, kind of having doubts right now, you know, maybe she wants to join in on the fucking dancing fun. Like I know this is a shaky recording, but you can actually see her here increasing her stink with every thought she has. I just felt her bad aura, I just felt what actually was on her mind, and I just couldn't help but to think, man, why are you so scared? Why are you so scared of just expressing your authentic feeling? That makes you super fucking repelling. So since I was playing the last song on the speaker and my dancing show was over, I turned it off, and then she dared to come over. She was like, no, you already turned it off. And I was like, yeah, I'm done now. I know you were wanting to come like dance with me. Why didn't you come up? And she was like, oh, I was just waiting for the right song. Cringe, you know? So again, if I as a man can see somebody's bad aura from miles away, you best believe women can do so too, because they are very intuitive, they are in touch with the fucking extrasensory, I don't know how to do it, but they can feel when you have the stinky aura 10 times more than you can feel when the fucking recruiter has a stinky aura of you, okay? Be careful. So a thing I want you to write down right now is authenticity is greater than autism. If you just go up to the girl and you'd say whatever the fuck is your authentic thing that was on your mind when you first saw her, that is always 100 times better than the engineered icebreaker that you have seen on fucking Reddit or on YouTube or some stupid shit like that. And the reason why authenticity is always the better option is because it comes without the fucking stink of thinking about the interaction first, of building this massive cloud of bad aura around you before you're going up to her. And you know what I did in my first cold approach? I went up to her and I told her like, because I was trying to conceal my nervousness at first, and then I was like fucking fumbling my words, just how I'm fumbling right now. I was fumbling my words, and then I just told her, oh, sorry, I get nervous when I speak to pretty girls. And she was like, oh, that's so cute. Like, I didn't get the number in the end. But you see how that immediately dissolved this fucking stinky cloud around me. And she was just like, oh man, that's so cute. As soon as I said, oh, I get nervous around pretty girls, all this fucking pressure fell off me because I didn't have to pretend to be somebody that I'm not. And the more cold approaches you will do, the more you realize, okay, authenticity beats autism in every single fucking case. Because you will realize, okay, it's actually less about the words you say to her, it's more about the energy and the authenticity you bring into the interaction. So what authenticity is greater than autism means in practice is you literally, no fucking thinking, you just go up and you say whatever the fuck was on your mind when you first saw her. It really is that simple. And I know that's a fucking tough mental battle to feel this fear and to think like, oh fuck, I gotta do this now. But I'm telling you, from my experience, from all the cold approaches I've done, it is the only way you're not gonna have this fucking dark cloud around you. And I know, I just told you that and you're thinking, no, this couldn't be right. Thinking usually serves as well because like we're fucking all autistic. You're watching this YouTube video right now. I think we are autistic. Thinking usually serves us well when we're in this fucking, like, when we're resisting bad habits. But in social situations, stop thinking. It's not serving you. Actually, it's making you worse because every thought fucking tarnishes your glass of water, fucking darkens your cloud, just makes you super fucking unattractive. Because think about it, how has thinking about the interaction beforehand served you so far? Not at all, right? You're now here watching this video because you've never done a cold approach before, because you've always got stuck in this loop of, now let's think about it first. It's called analysis paralysis, and it happens when you give your brain a million options and then the brain can't discern the best one anymore, so it just ends up getting jammed and not moving at all. This, by the way, is the reason why most men can only cold approach drunk in like a fucking nightclub or something. Because when you put poison in your body, that subdues the stop and think part of your brain. And just like every idea becomes a good idea when you have enough alcohol in you. Oh, and look, she was not creeped out when the boozed up guy went up and said, hey, you're exactly my type. And she was actually, oh, what? They left? They left to party together? Why? I was sure. No, it was way too upfront, bro. Authenticity. It always gets you what you want. So, bro, I'm telling you again, stop fucking analyzing shit, okay? It is not productive. And even if like one of those fucking thoughts you had was a good thought, when you go up, when you present to her this fucking bad aura, this fucking tarnished glass of water, which is more like a glass of milk now, she's not gonna think, yeah man, this guy is cool, I wanna fucking date him. She's not gonna think that, okay? Stop thinking, it's not productive. Because we as humans, we can feel artificial communication. Evolution made sure that we can spot when somebody is saying something but meaning another thing. Nobody's good at lying. We were not meant to lie, okay? So save yourself from tarnishing your aura, save yourself from building this massive cloud of stinky aura, and just fucking go up to her, use the first fucking thought in your head. Because I always get the best cold approaches when I'm just in a flow state, feeling good. Being authentic with the women, bro, it gets you what you want. I'm telling you how it is. And bro, I'm telling you, it's already a victory when you analyze stuff for 1 minute less than yesterday. Your habit of overthinking is probably well established inside of you, which means it's probably going to take a long time to chop it down. Okay, then now that you know what bad aura is, you go up to a girl right away, no fucking pre-analysis. You don't have bad aura, great. What now? Let's talk about how to get her attention and how to initiate a conversation. So the first thing you want to do to initiate a conversation is just say hey, but say it from a distance. So don't go up to all the way to her and say hey. You say hey from a distance. So she has time to notice you before you're like, all up in a personal space, towering over her, saying like, hey, because that's just not what you want, okay? By the way, if you don't say hey from a distance, this is going to happen. That was good. That's schon hart, oder? So while you're walking up, and before you say hey, you just do this, okay? Something like that, that will make sure she notices, okay, somebody just said hey, she turns around and then she sees you doing this and then she knows, okay, 100% sure this guy is the person who just wants to speak to me right now. And by the way, this is super powerful. I want you to use it in every interaction because picture this. You walk up, like imagine she's sitting here with a friend, you walk up, she looks at you, she sees you while you're still here, you're still walking, she's like, oh fuck. She turns away, you keep on walking, and then you say, hey, here. And she turns at you and like, you already know that's gonna be a rejection, right? Because like she saw you and she was like, oh fuck, don't speak to me. She looked away and then like she's trying to like not look at you because she's thinking like, please, 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 please. And then you're there like, hey, loss. It's a fucking loss already, okay? The way you can save this interaction from being a 100% loss is if you already do this the first time she sees you. So if she turns to you and now you do this, she can't really look away anymore, right? Now she knows, okay, this guy wants to speak to me. So you can just, while she's looking at you, walk up to her and then you can start, hey. I think of this kind of like a hook that I already cast out there even before she first established eye contact with me. And I cast it out there preemptively to make sure that as soon as she sees me, she also sees this and knows, okay, this guy wants to talk to me. So she can't fucking look away anymore and be like, make the interaction weirder than it has to be. So again, this is a fucking powerful strat. Use it in every interaction. Use it even before she's fucking looking at you. Make sure that this is the first thing she sees from you. So this example demonstrates the power of waving with your hand pretty well. You can't see it on the video, but I did it here and I got her attention even before we were in talking distance. What? War das auf dein Date oder was?
Ja.
Okay, now that you have an intention, say hey again while you're walking up into talking distance. And then she says hi to you. What happens next? Because this is where all the fucking autism creeps back into you because you think like, okay, what the fuck do I say now? Let's talk about it. Most men specifically struggle with this part and they always ask me, I can't just tell her what was on my mind because that's way too upfront. And no, I first need to establish eye contact and then I have to, after 2 weeks of eye contact, I can escalate it into a smile. And then after 4 weeks of fucking smiling at her, I can start with a fucking small talk question about the weather. And I'm just like, no, bro, you can literally go up. If you think she's pretty, you can literally go up and tell her she's pretty. You know that, right? You just think like, no, because society told you to be like, oh yeah, be a good boy. Bro, you can do that, bro. I will give you the permission to do that. Here, do it, bro. Because I tell you, fuck everything you've ever heard before. You can literally say whatever the fuck is on your mind as the first thing to say to a girl. Literally. So I'm not gonna give you a fucking script so you don't have the fucking bad aura running down the script when talking to her. No, bro. I'm just telling you, say whatever the fuck is on your mind. Say the reason you cold approached her, okay? Because when you saw her, like an image generated in your head, you think like, oh damn, she's super pretty, you know? Just use this image. Take the first image. Write that down, by the way. Take the first image, use the first image, say the first thing that comes to your head. Choosing the first image is actually a super powerful strategy. Let's do an example for this. So if I say dog, you might think like of a poodle, or you might think of a pug, or you might think of a German shepherd. Now, if I say, okay, go cold approach this girl, something generated in your mind right now. You're like, bing, okay, this is what you're going to take. This is what you're going to tell her, okay? And even you're thinking, no, that's stupid, that's not intellectual enough. Bro, it is the one solution that doesn't have bad aura if you do it right away. As soon as you try to think of other solutions, it's the fucking drops of milk in your glass and it makes your fucking water look stained as fuck. Like somebody fucking nutted in it or some bullshit like that. So for example, you could say, hey, I like your earrings. And she's like, oh, thank you. And then you say, oh, what's your name? Boom. Or you could say, hey, I like the way you're feeling the music. What you listening to? And she's like, oh, this track. And then, oh, by the way, you're super pretty. And I was like, oh, no way. I was like, yeah, stuff like that. Easy. Take the first image that your mind generated And don't fucking try to generate some script that is going to give you a bad aura. In the beginning, that's super funny. In the beginning, you can even be authentic about your autism. Pretty much what I did when I told her, oh, I get nervous around pretty girls. But look at this interaction, for example. Hey, Dings. Ich bin vorhin vorbeigelaufen und ich dachte mir so, boah, ey, du hast voll die krasse Style, aber dann hatte ich so zu viel Angst, dir zu sagen. Jetzt bin ich wieder da sozusagen und dir zu sagen, dass du voll die krasse Style hast. When you bring that energy into your cold approaches, you will be bawling, bro. I'm telling you, you will be bawling. Because the more cold approaches you will do, you'll just realize it's actually not all that about the fucking words you say, it's about the energy you bring. By the way, if you tell her the first image that generated in your head, that mostly solves the next step of cold approach, which is showing your intentions. Because that's just a side point. Pretty girls, man, they have motherfuckers talking to them every single day. Man, these motherfuckers, like average men, will use every fucking excuse to go talk to a pretty girl, but then they're like fucking pussies, you know? And then they're like, oh, you still using this machine? And then she's like, yeah, I still use this machine. And okay, make sure you let me know when you're done with the machine. And she's like, okay, I'll let you know. This guy, he wanted to clap the cheeks, but he was a pussy, and he was thinking, okay, man, it's better if I say like one word. It's better if I start a conversation with her instead of not doing anything at all. So she's used to motherfucking chumps going up to her, telling her something, but not showing the intentions. So you need to do something like giving her a compliment to make sure, okay, she knows now that you are hitting on her. Ideally, you do that in the first 15 seconds, and as I just told you, the easiest way to do it is just take your first image. If it generated a compliment about her, you're pretty much set. By the way, if you don't do this, stupid bullshit is going to happen. Look at this.
So I didn't show my intention in this interaction, and instead of get a number, I got a hand tattoo. Fuck.
Because man, I'm telling you, it is the chumpiest feeling in the world when you're just like talking to the baddies, but you're not making any moves, bro. It's emasculating, it's terrible feeling. I don't want you to have this, okay? I have fucking experienced this all often enough. I don't want you to do this, okay? And I know it's scary enough, especially in the beginning, just to go up and say hey and grab her attention. But you need to let her know your intentions, because otherwise she's just going to think, okay, it's another guy who just wants to have a casual conversation. No. Nobody wants to have a casual conversation. You just want to fucking smash it. So by this point, you'll pretty much know if your cold approach has succeeded. If she's all chirpy and happy, great. We'll talk about that in a minute. If she's like, oh, you know, you just feel like she's fucking turned inward, you know, more of a defensive manner, bro, just take the L, move on, go to the next woman. She probably won't say no. Like, don't get fucking butthurt over this. You know, rejection, it's part of the process. Because actually rejection makes you stronger, because you felt this pain and you see, oh man, it didn't fucking crush me. It makes you realize, wait, I'm not as fragile as I thought I was. So either way, it's great. Just remember, a masculine man like you cannot be crumbled by what a random woman on the street said to him, right? Let's go. Now you did the cold approach, got her intention, and she is receptive. Great. What to go for now? And you're probably thinking, well, it's a number, obviously, right? No, it's not right. And this is something you will never hear from these motherfucking pickup artists who are calculating their success quota in cold approach, bro. Real people, right? No, this is something you're just gonna hear from me. The purpose of the cold approach is not the fucking phone number, it's not the Instagram, it's not the Snapchat. It is to see if you actually like her personality. So in cold approach, you just want to go for a quick conversation, you know, 5 to 10 minutes, see if your vibes connect, see if you can have fun with her. Because you want to find out if she is more than just pretty. Because yeah, sure, it will make you look cool as fuck when you had like a pretty girl and you took her on a date and all the men were looking. But honestly, if she's not any fun, what the fuck are you even doing there, you know? So your mission in cold approach is to screen for her vibes. And once you realize, okay, I like the vibes, you grab the number so you can schedule a date, or you do something that is even better, which is pretty much the holy grail of cold approach. You get her on the instant date, which means you just ask her, oh, let's do something right now. And you might not believe this, but this shit, it worked. It happened to me multiple times. Because the instant date is a great opportunity to see, okay, do we even connect? Like, are we compatible? And if not, you can just leave, you know? Isn't that great? Instant date, holy grail, try to go for it every time. And yes, that means in some cold approaches, you will talk to women, you will compliment her, you will talk to her for 10 seconds, just kind of exchanging your vibes, and then you realize, ah, no, actually, I'll leave, because you saw, okay, she's smoking, and she's kind of like boring. And you leave confidently because you know, hey man, I'm able to do cold approaches, I will meet a more compatible woman in no time. And you will never hear this from these pickup artist chumps, by the way. These motherfuckers who just need to get with every woman possible, you know? These motherfuckers who are saying like, oh yeah, I need to increase my cold approach success quota to 15% by the end of this month. Don't be like these desperate motherfuckers who are quite often these fucking sleazy 35-year-old guys who are kind of fat and they never pulled in high school and now they're mad at women and they're trying to compensate their lack of fucking sex in high school now by learning pickup and trying to manipulate women into sex. Fuck these guys, man. Fuck pickup artists. We are not like these motherfuckers, okay? You are the Chad that speaks to women and once he realizes, oh no, she's not any fun, he just leaves, okay? You don't have to do any fucking numbers game, bro. You just have to think, do I like her? And if not, I will find somebody who I like. So go ahead and talk to her for 5 to 10 minutes, just see if you like the vibes, and don't be one of these ugly pickup artists who date women they don't even like just so they can tell their 200 Instagram followers, yeah bro, I went on 2 dates last week. Yeah bro, congratulations, with women you didn't like, you're such a fucking like, no, fuck these guys, man, fuck it, really. So to sum this up, I don't want you to be the fucking pussy who just goes for the number in cold approach, and then leaves her after 30 seconds and then tries to screen for her vibes over text. Because in my opinion, that's a fucking waste of time. Like seriously, if you can just like stay in the interaction for 5 to 10 minutes longer, you can save yourself 1 or 2 weeks of fucking like chatting, being fucking annoying, you have to keep your phone on and stuff like that. Just like fucking don't be a bitch, stay in the fucking cold approach a couple minutes longer, figure out if you actually like her, and if yes, then grab the number. Don't even grab the number of a girl who you don't even know if she fucking, like if she's cool, you know? And another benefit of having a quick conversation right away is that you will be able to schedule dates faster. You just need to text her, hey, meet me at 7 on Friday, and she will actually come around because she already knows, hey man, this guy, he's cool, I like him, he has good vibes, let's meet him. Great, now you know how to cold approach, how to grab her attention, now you know what to say and what to go for in your interactions. Now all that's left to do is that you go out there and you repeat, repeat, and repeat. Now maybe one more thing, should you go out exclusively for cold approach? I would say no, because let me tell you a story about this one, okay? So, super fucking rare by the way. I was in a city center and then I actually saw a guy doing cold approaches, you know? And he was exactly who I was describing earlier, you know? Like bald guy, like kind of weird looking. You already saw him and we're thinking, oh, okay, he kind of has the fucking bad aura, and he was doing cold approaches like an assembly line, you know? So he was speaking to a girl right here, and like blah, 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 fucking reject him because he has bad aura, you know? He walks up 5 meters, next girl, he tries again, bro, she probably saw him talking to the girls over here, bro, and he's like, farming rejections. But I went up to speak to him anyways because I was thinking like, okay, damn, he's doing cold approaches. That's super fucking rare, even if he's doing them in a fucking stupid way. Let me talk to this guy. So I talked to him and he was like, oh yeah, hey, what's up, blah, 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 blah. I'm with my coach right now. And then, guess who fucking pulls up? From behind me, a guy pulls up. Guess what? He's fucking ugly as well. He's 35 as well, and he has fucking beer belly as well, bro. Fucking ugly ass motherfucker. Saying, yeah, I'm his coach. Oh yeah, we're doing cold approach. Fucking hate pickup artists. Seriously, it's Anyways, you risk the chance of being like these 2 motherfuckers if you go out there exclusively for cold approach. I used to do that, and well, let's say they are not my proudest cold approaches, okay? If you are absolutely 100% obsessed with cold approach right now, go ahead and do that. If it's not your priority, just live your life and then cold approach the women you meet alongside. Now, before we speak about the rewards of cold approaching, this video has been tailored towards a general audience, and I'm pretty sure you're still like 30% different from my general audience, which means that if there's a problem you face I haven't tackled in here yet, you can write a comment and I will make a video about it. Or you can click the first link in the description. It's my full guide. It's my full course to cold approaching. It will cover everything from the prerequisites to the approach to whatever the fuck you do after. Make sure you check that out. Let's get going with the video. So for the rewards you can expect from cold approaching, let me just tell you another story, yeah? So I was just sitting on the train. I just had literally 2 instant dates, and I gotta be honest, like both of them not very compatible. But anyways, I had 2 instant dates, you know. I was sitting on the train, I was thinking like, God motherfucking damn it, you know? I felt super fucking good about myself, and I felt such a fire inside of me, such a fucking drive to keep fucking going, to keep fucking hustling. It was on the train where it fucking hit me that women are such a fucking amazing source for happiness in your life. And if you are anything like me, you will pull a lot of the motivation and a lot of the drive you get in your life from the possibility of attracting more women. Because let's be serious, you and I, we're probably like working on becoming the best versions of ourselves because we know we're gonna attract like hotter chicks. Like, we work like that, right? So what will happen with cold approach is that you will greatly increase the amount of women in your life, which will then greatly increase the amount of motivation you have for all the other areas of your life. And when you are motivated and working hard and fucking hustling, everybody profits. Your family profit, your friends profit, the women in your life profit, and most importantly, you yourself will profit. And now you might think, wait, we're doing this for women? We're doing this for women? Yes, we are doing this for women. Yes, we are doing this for women, okay? Listen to me. Fuck society. Fuck what the fuck society is saying, okay? Fuck it. This is perfectly healthy for high testosterone men, okay? If you are a healthy, driven man, it is perfectly healthy for you to pull your motivation from pulling more girls, okay? Don't let fucking society hate on this. The society that is hating on this right now was literally built by high testosterone men who wanted to fuck more, so they fucking built like crazy stuff that attracted more women. Don't let anybody tell you this is wrong, this is unhealthy. It's perfectly healthy, it's perfectly normal. I want you to own this, okay? Because honestly, it's their fucking loss. When they're too weak to be in touch with themselves, like fuck them, you know? If they don't use the most powerful source of motivation there is on this fucking planet, they're lost, bro. Fuck them, leave them behind, bro. And then another thing that will happen once you're good at cold approach, you will mock other men, and it is the fucking greatest feeling in the world. When you go up and you talk to a girl for a couple minutes and then you grab a number and you leave, and other men see that, bro, they look at you like you're some fucking sort of alien demigod. I'm telling you, the looks they give you, they are fucking priceless. They are priceless, you know that? And it's not even just chumps, you know, it's not even like these skinny neck guys. It's also like jacked guys who are looking at you like, how did he do that? You know, they're looking at you like this. Because man, cold approach is such a fucking rare skill. And even though these guys look good, they still fucking have like weakness in their brain. They can't fucking face their fears. They will see you as some sort of fucking astral entity or some bullshit like that, bro. I'm telling you, it's fucking... Because yeah, cold approaching is a very rare skill. Because let's be real here, like 99% of men can do this. Maybe it's even 99.9%. Like, have you ever seen a cold approach happen before? No? Maybe once or twice? It is super fucking rare, and if you learn this skill, you will become so much more admirable because you built something that all men want, but none of them are strong enough to get it. Guess why most men have fucking porn addictions? Guess. They want to fuck, but they can't get feminine attraction whenever they want, so they just have to resort to fucking beating their cock, simulating sex. How fucking poor is that? If you learn cold approach and you become good at this, it is going to give you so much feminine energy in your life, and it's going to make you so fucking driven and so fucking like motivated to just hustle fucking harder. I think this is a feeling every man who is ambitious, who is young, who is high testosterone, every man needs to experience this feeling at least once in his life. Okay, so you watched this whole video, congratulations. You don't have ADHD, probably you see that I have valuable knowledge. If you want to get everything I know. I am selling a course. You can check it out. First link in the description. It covers literally every single step of getting you to your first cold approach. Make sure you check it out if you want to learn more about this. This course will literally get you into cold approaching for a fair price. Make sure you check out the first link in the description, and I'll see you in the next one.